Yes, good evening and good morning wherever you are. Welcome once again to Africa 24. If you are watching us from Kenya, habari gani na natarajia mumeamka vyema. If you're watching us from Europe and other places, welcome to this particular show. This is a very unique show, and today I am hosting one of our own, a Kenyan, who is really trying very hard. He will tell us part of his story and where he has reached in his noble cause and what he has been doing about it. Kenya Pride needs your vote. Support Moses Agare in the global spotlight. At Africa 24, we are proud to celebrate the incredible talent and vision of Kenyan's youth. Today, we call on you to stand with Moses Agar, a determined and inspiring young entrepreneur who has risen to the semifinals. Imagine huyu kijana amefika semifinals ya entrepreneur with impact contest. Yeah, this prestigious competition is not just about winning. It's a platform to showcase Kenyan ingenuity and our collective potential on the world stage. Moses' journey is a testament of resilience, creativity, the drive that define our nation. By voting for him, you are not only supporting an individual, but also sending a powerful message about the strength of the Kenyan innovation and power of our unity. Karibu sana, Moses, and please tell us your story and where you have reached in this competition.
Thank you, Mzalendo, for the wonderful platform. Yeah, my name is Moses Agare. I'm located in the US. I'm currently in a competition for an entrepreneur of impact here in the US. I got nominated by a group of friends for going above and beyond for everything that I do. This competition started towards the end of January with about 4,800 contestants. And I'm lucky, let me not use the word lucky, but I was blessed and I'm still blessed that I had to made it among the top 32 who are in the semifinals. So semifinals started last Thursday and it runs until this Thursday midnight, which is likely to be Friday morning in Kenya. So please, at the moment, we slid a little bit because I was going pretty well. I was in position one all day yesterday, and today I think we slowed down a little bit, and I slid back to position five. And I need about 1,000 votes to recapture the lead and make it to the finals. The finals is a very big thing. The finals is big. If I get to win the finals, I'll be able to secure fundings for a project back in my village. I'm a man who does not forget about where he came from. I grew in a village called Sirembe in Kenya, around in Siaya County area in Game. And my village, seeing the women and the men, how hard they are working to bring up the young ones. And not only that, but my parents are a true example of those young, of the men and women that I'm talking about. Because my parents are small scale farmers and they work every day just to bring me up, to feed me, and to see that I did not go a day without food. That alone inspires me to give back to the community because there's a lot of young people who are now wearing the shoes that Moses used to wear back in the village, and it is a tough journey. So I got inspired in this journey to join this race and secure these funds is about $25,000. And that's alone is about 3 million. Imagine pumping 3 million Kenyan shillings into a village in a project in a village. Imagine how that can change a society.
All
Imagine
right,
change.
all right, Moses, just to cut you short.
Yes.
Tell us your profession. What do you really do before we get into the details of the competition?
Yes. Well, I am a civil engineer. I work
Mhm.
for a private design firm. I am more specialized into stormwater design and water distribution system for wastewater, and I also do roadway designs. So that's pretty much area that um, I'm very much focused in.
Wow, 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 wow. That is wonderful. I mean, people ought to know who we are talking to, what they do. It is just not a random fellow out there trying to secure some votes from Kenyan. It is somebody who is serious, somebody who is having his own profession, is employed, and he will tell you what really Moses, what really inspired you to start this journey? What really inspired you?
Yeah, this journey, like I said, my community, my village. I am in the US. I call myself a village boy. That's how I refer myself,
Uh-huh.
because it is the village who made me to be Moses of today. Whenever I'm in Kenya, I don't even
Mhm,
spend time in Nairobi. I'm in
mhm,
the village with my people
mhm,
because I love my people. They were there for me when I was growing up.
mhm,
When I was walking to school barefoot, which I know is not a big deal, but thinking about those past days, today is a big deal because that alone inspired me. When I came to
mhm,
the US
mhm.
and seeing how this country is, how things are run, then trying to picture back at home. What if we had this in my village? What if we had this and that? How far would we be? How will that child of my neighbor, where will they be? These opportunities we have here. So that's what I'm thinking about my community back at home. There's a lot of things, I mean, I don't mean talk about politics. But there's a lot of things that politicians have let us down in Kenya. That it forces somebody like me to step up and speak on behalf of his village and do that development on behalf of his village. This entrepreneur of impact is gonna help me to secure. If you read my bio that is there in my link for in the voting link, you will see a question asking me, what would you do with the $25,000? Read it clearly. That's the vision I have for my village. And to tell you further, when I was a student at the University of Arkansas, I raised money as a student to build two extra classrooms back in my
Mhm.
village primary school because I thought about those kids. The same college, there was the same place where I went to college. There was a nearby high school, and I used to go speak with the high school senior kids to help raise money to build a dormitory back in my secondary school back at home. During my day when I was a student, it was a day school, and today it's a boarding school.
What is the name
And
of the school? I'm curious. What is the
go
name of that
visit,
school?
go
Huh?
visit. It's called Sirembe. It's just you cross the fence. Sirembe Primary School and Sirembe
Mhm.
Secondary School.
Wow, wow. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Continue.
if you go to Sirembe Primary School, you will find a classroom, and the teachers will tell you this was built by a former student about
Wow.
7 years ago when he was a freshman in college.
Uh-huh.
And then if you go to the high school, the teachers will tell you, see, that dormitory was built by Restore Humanity, of which I helped to raise money through high school here in America to build that dormitory. The dormitory is named after Sarah Fennell Buchanan. That's the lady that helped me get a scholarship or brought me to the US to study. She got into my life when I was in standard 7 and
Wow.
started. You know, in Kenya, during our days, I don't know if kids go through it during this time. There used to be these exams of district mock,
Oh
zonal
yeah.
mock.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So in my standard 7, it was during those times that it was an average of divisional mock plus district mock divided by 2. That was what was determining if you're gonna go to standard 8. So I was going to
Repeat,
do.
repeat that. Repeat that, please.
So
What was
yes,
the? Repeat that mathematics.
you
Hmm.
remember back in primary school,
Yes.
you do district mock and divisional mock. Was it divisional or zonal mock? Something like
Yeah,
that.
something like the mocks were there and they were very tough. Yeah, they were
So
very tough.
In standard 7, it was the average of district mock and divisional mock. That's
Mm-hmm.
what determine if you are going to standard 8.
Yes.
District. So if you don't do good in divisional mock, you have to really do good in district mock to boost you.
Yeah.
So, but these exams, you had to pay for them. There was a fee like 100 Kenya shillings. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a time we were gonna do the district mock, and I could not afford, or my family couldn't afford 100 Kenya shillings for that exam. So I was sent out, and the exam was to start the following Monday. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I met a Mzungu in my village. And I
Mm-hmm.
just approached and asked her, like, hey, we are going to do this exam. She wrote a blog about it. This is a true story. She wrote a blog about it. I will share it with you. How
Mm-hmm.
my journey from Kenya started before I came to America. And
Mm-hmm.
I approached her like, I'm like, by then also, when Mzungu talks to you, that English is too deep for a standard 7 to understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I approached, I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, I got sent out of school because I couldn't afford to do this exam.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked the lady that brought her to the village that, hey, is
Yes.
it okay if I give her the money? And the lady asked me, like, where do you come from? Who is your grandma? Who is your father? She wanted to know me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And God had a connection, and God had a connection because when I told her the name of my grandma passed away long time before that. She was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, we used to spread the word of God with your grandmother. You remember Christian Union? That's in Anglican, Mothers Union in Anglican."
Mothers Union. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was like, she used to spread the gospel with my grandmother, and then she told them, "So yeah, it's okay to give him the money."
Mm-hmm.
And the Mzungu gave me the money. Then it was after the church event. Then I went back home. I found when my father was cleaning the cattle shed.
Mm-hmm.
My father was so stressed, like, hey, where is my son really going to sit for this exam? Because,
Mm-hmm.
I had older sisters who had dropped out of seventh grade just because of this exam money. They were older than me. They are older than
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yes.
So when I told my dad that, Dad, I had
Mm-hmm.
a blessing today,
Mm-hmm.
I met a Mzungu, and the Mzungu she gave me actually 500 Kenya shillings.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was when you're cleaning the cattle shed, you're carrying those load of cattle, the
Oh,
tanks.
yes, 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 yes.
And I saw it fall. My father was carrying, and it fell from my dad's head because he wasn't sure where the money was going to come from.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And my dad
Wow.
told me, he prayed and told me, my son,
Mm-hmm.
when God has a plan for you, everything is going to work out.
Wow.
On Monday, I went to school,
Mm-hmm.
and then I paid for the money. After I
Yes.
paid, I went to class. Then at 11 o'clock, a head teacher sent a student to come get me from the class. I went to the head teacher's office. I found the Mzungu lady sitting there and the lady. They came to
Mm-hmm.
confirm if I really needed help. And by good luck, I didn't go with the money to class. I paid it before going to class. And when I got there, the head teacher pulled the record like, Moses paid this money. The Mzungu was like, yes, we met Moses, we talked. And my head teacher was like, Moses just needs support. If he can be supported, the boy will do so good.
Wow.
That was my head teacher. He's from
Mm-hmm.
Uganda. He's
Yes.
from Uganda.
Yes.
And then after that, we took pictures outside the head teacher's office.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mzungu was walking away. I'm like, hey, I want to go to America with you. She was leaving the following day. I want to go back to America with you. The Mzungu held my two hands, and her name is Sarah Fennel. She held
Mm-hmm.
my two hands and she told me, Sweetie, if you can keep your grades up, it will make it easier for me to bring you in the US. If you can study hard, bring up your
Wow.
grades,
Mm-hmm.
it will be possible for me to bring you to the US.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to class. Then the following day, we started our district mock.
Mm-hmm.
I did well. Sat for my KCPE exam. I got 324. I remember it up to date.
Mm-hmm.
Then my results were sent to Mzungu. And
Mm-hmm.
then by then, man, like, the schools like Maseno High School, these big, big schools, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then I demanded to the Mzungu, I want to go to Maseno School.
Mm-hmm.
And they were, before that, my father was like, we can only afford Sirembe Secondary School.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want to go to boarding school. I was crying to my father. My father didn't have anything, but I'm like, I want to go to boarding school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, kids don't even know when their
Yeah, I
fathers
was
don't have money.
demanding.
You don't want to know where
Yes,
the money is going to come from.
I
Yeah.
was demanding. It's like, Sirembe is where we can afford. And then one time, the Mzungu called the lady when I was visiting the lady that brought her to the village. And by then, I didn't, there was no Form 1 admission yet. Then I was
Mm-hmm.
with the lady. She gave me to talk to her. I was like, "Oh, I got this marks. I'm excited. This marks is, to go to a boarding school in Kenya, you have to get 300 marks and above, and I have 324. This can take me to Maseno school." And then, Mzungu didn't know about anything. She don't know. She didn't knew anything about boarding school, KCPE, or what marks can take you to Alliance Boys High School.
Yeah.
And then after that, she's like, okay, we will do whatever we can to take you to school. Then the lady was like, oh, we're going to take you to Sirembe Secondary School because that's where it will help us to save money to help other kids. Then they admitted me to Form 1. They paid all my fees, bought me my first ever shoes in my life for Form 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I reached Form 2,
Mm-hmm.
then I started playing around in my grades. You could see somebody with 324 marks is not a person to get a C plane, C minus. That's the
Mm-hmm.
grades I was getting.
Mm-hmm.
One day the principal called me in his office. Is like, Moses, I admitted you here because I saw the capability on you.
Mm-hmm.
Lie down. He
Mm-hmm.
thoroughly worked on me.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, my brother Muzalendo,
Mm-hmm.
I went to a classroom after everybody. It was a day school. After everyone went home, I just went and sat by the corner in a classroom and I tried to figure out who I am. I'm like, I came to this school with 324. There's a Mzungu lady investing in me.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
My father doesn't have anything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here playing with an opportunity. Next time I'm going to work hard. When next
Wow.
time came, my grades shoot up. Like we did our first, in high school, there's midterms. Before midterm, there was an exam. We did
Mm-hmm.
it, and I came from C minus to C plus. That was a
Mm-hmm.
progress.
Mm,
And
yeah, that was a
the
progress.
and my teachers were like, "Is this Moses cheating in an exam? Because this is not possible." Then when we were sitting for our midterm, every time we were doing a paper, the teacher will come stand next to me or sit next to me to monitor if I'm cheating or if I just studied. I was
Mm-hmm.
just there doing my things, and then I got a B minus on my midterm.
Mm-hmm.
That's an upward trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
Then I completely changed. Then when I sat for my KCSE, that's where I kind of got disappointed too.
Mm-hmm.
I got a grade B plane on a KCSE. I was expecting an A minus. Then I
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, I'm never gonna go to the US. I got a B
Mm-hmm.
plane. You
Mm-hmm.
know, let me tell you a short story. Before the exams were released, by the CS for education before Matiangi, what was his name?
The CS for education before Matiangi.
No, was it Matia before Matiangi? Before Matiangi took
It
over,
was a
because
Luo
it was
guy. It was a Professor Wu.
no, it was not. It was a
Magoa.
Kisi. He was a Kisi.
It was a Kisi. It was
Yes,
I can't remember his
Ongeri,
name,
Sam
but
Ongeri.
Sam Ongeri, yeah. Hmm?
Yes, before Ongeri, I left home early the day the results were being released. And we converged a group of us from Sirembe Secondary. We were like a group of 10. So
Mm-hmm.
we were standing by Ekinyozi watching how Ongeri is releasing the exams. Once Ongeri finished and he said, like, now you can send your index number. My brother, that was the last time I saw some of my high school classmates. Because you send, you see what you didn't expect to disappear. Nobody even know how you took a route. I'm being honest. When I
Uh-huh.
sent mine,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I saw what I got. Then I looked around. Nobody was seeing me. Then I disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I left. By then I had left home at 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared to go back because my father home is expecting a university. Direct entry was B plus to the
B
university even
plus,
in
yeah.
Kenya. Yes,
Mm.
that direct entry. Even a grandmother in the village knows that if you don't get a B plus, you cannot go to university. The son of so and so, what grade did he get? Oh, he's not going to university. So I went back home at 6 p.m. And
Mm.
my father, they were waiting for the results.
People were eager. Where's the results?
Yeah. I got there and my father was the first to ask me, I lied.
You
I
lied.
lied. I told my father I got a A minus. For me just to eat. I was starving. And he was happy. Wait until the following day when my father
Mm.
meets one of the teachers. It's like I got a B. My father was a no-nonsense man.
Mm.
And I appreciate him of that up to today. That viboko my father used to hit me,
Mm.
I appreciate that man up to today. And I've given him a life to tell him, Dad, the vibokos you used to give me
Mm.
made me to be who I am. So the following day when he found that I lied, my dad came home and he worked on me. Then after that, I decided to just go to the home of the lady who brought the Mzungu to the village to tell her
Mm.
my grade. I went to her, I'm like, mother, my results did not go well. I got a B plane. Then he told me one word. It's like, why stress? That is yours. You are the one who sat for the exams. Don't be
Mm.
sad. Did you want somebody to sit for you so that you get an airplane? That was yours.
Mm.
Then it's like, I have to do something. I will talk to Sarah, the Mzungu,
Mm.
and I will let you know. The following day, I go
Mm.
back. Then she was like, oh, I talked to Sarah yesterday after your results. And Sarah said she's going to start applying for you at the University of Arkansas and you're going to go to America. I'm like, in 2 days' time, there's a phone that followed that, hey, I need to start clearance in my high school. I've been accepted at the University of Arkansas. I started my passport applications. And then I remember sometimes in high school when I was doing my clearance,
Mm.
our principal was like, before you guys sat for KCSE, I gave you guys some revision papers. Nobody returned the revision papers. Each and every one of you to be cleared, you have to buy a dictionary for this school. I don't have the 800 Kenya shillings for the dictionary, Oxford.
Now the
Hey,
devil certainly appears from
that was a
somewhere.
bomb. That was a bomb.
Mm. Now
And then,
800. Uh-huh.
their teacher didn't have any time to talk to me. He just left.
Mm.
And then when he left, the deputy came. And I brought the form quickly to the deputy, and the deputy didn't have, they didn't have a talk with the head teacher before about the Oxford. Then he signed, I tricked him and he signed the form for me for the clearance. I walked away from the school.
Ulitumia ujanja, so you use some,
Tumia ujanja.
Mm-hmm.
That was my journey. And bro, when I came to America, it was like the first time a village boy is leaving his village. Actually, the first time I left my village,
Yani you from the village to the airport to the US.
leave alone from the village, like I flew my first flight to Nairobi when I was going for my visa interview.
You took a flight from Kisumu
The
to
first
Nairobi.
flight ever from Kisumu to Nairobi for a visa interview
Mm-hmm.
at the US embassy, and my ticket was booked from the US. I just go, like I didn't know what to do. I had somebody was guiding me.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you are from the village,
You've
like
entered a plane.
you've never you have entered the
Tell me
only thing.
that's an experience, a village boy entering the plane for the first time. You've never even been to Kisumu, past Kisumu.
Imagine
Never.
they bought me a window, like by the window, Kenya Airways. I sat there looking at Lake Victoria when we were taking off. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, wow, this Lake Victoria. You see the view of Kisumu. We landed Nairobi, and then something happened when I
Mm,
was in Nairobi. The people who are hosting me,
mm,
it was hard, but God does wonders, my brother.
mm. They started feeling like, okay, we are not going to help this guy. That kind of
No,
thing started coming to
no,
them. That thing like
not
envy, jealousy, or what?
kind of. I mean, I don't care whether they will watch this. God did
No, no, no.
wonders.
I mean, we have to tell the story. Oh man, we are losing. We are losing Moses. Moses, we don't want to lose you at this particular moment. Please come back. Meanwhile, we are here with Moses again. Moses has a very wonderful story. I mean, you guys just stay here so that you can listen to Moses' stories. Moses' story is very inspirational. Gypsy Corner. These are the kind of stories that you need to listen. You need to listen to this guy, what he's doing on the background and what he has done in his village. And right now he's in a competition. He's been shortlisted. I think he's one of the finalists in that competition. The entrepreneurs with impact contest, and the amount to be won is 25,000 Kenyan shillings, and the draw is on Thursday. We have been pushing his stories on our pages. We have him on our blogs, and these are the kind of stories that we want to talk about. Not all the time we talk about politics and the politicians who don't really care about ourselves. We need to work for ourselves. For the ones we need to work for ourselves. If you tell a politician to come here and help out Moses, probably they wouldn't. But now this is an inspirational story for somebody out there. Listen to this story. This guy is from the village. His father doesn't have anything. They can't even afford the Oxford set. They can't afford that. 800 shillings. A good Samaritan pays his air ticket, anamlipia air ticket, kila kitu. Moses ndio huyo, he goes to the US. He'll be here in a short while to tell me more about this story. I'm waiting for him to come back. Moses, please put your mic on. Put your mic on. I can see that your mics are off. That's why you've been logged out. So put your mic and camera on so that you can come back. So many people want to hear your story and they are waiting for you to come back and vote for you. The vote is free. Just go to the internet. I'll send a link out there so that you can start voting for this young gentleman. Please vote, 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 vote. I'll send you the link in a short while. Moses, your camera, I don't know what's happening in your camera. You are black. You kind of blocking your camera. What's up?
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see you. Yeah, you're back.
Nice. You see me good?
Do you know? Yeah, yeah. Do you know your story is so inspirational? We don't want you even to lose a minute of your chat. Now tulifikia mahali
Yeah, I remember where we were.
the ticket has been booked.
Yes.
Umepanda umepanda matatu ya kutoka Ugunja wherever you are going to Kisumu.
Yeah.
Umeingia ndani ya ndege.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I
mhm,
really I won't scare if but this is my story. So we are in Nairobi and the people who are hosting me,
mhm.
I don't care if they are watching or not.
Let them
God did
watch so
one.
that it will be a lesson to them.
Yeah,
They
they
have to
can
watch.
learn. It can be a lesson.
They can learn. They can
So
learn.
I was in this house, and then I wake up in the morning. You are rushing for visa interview. My brother, we looked for my shoes in the house. We never found my shoes. We looked. I'm like, I
Shoes.
placed my shoes here. And then they were the first also to offer a solution that, oh, maybe you can wear slippers. Imagine going to visa interview on slippers. As I was walking outside the house on slippers, I find my shoes. I saw my shoes outside, rained on, and the dog was playing with my shoes.
Evil, evil,
I lost.
evil people. Hmm?
I lost faith. I'm like, God, is this gonna happen really? The moment I arrived at the gate of the U.S. embassy, that's where I completely lost hope, because you are in the line with the people wearing shoes, smartly dressed. You have slippers. Have you been to U.S.
Manze,
embassy? Have you ever gone to U.S. embassy for visit for anything? Ama kupitia tu
first,
hapo.
I know. You get
You
you.
know,
First of
you
all,
know.
people don't know when you get to the
So you know
gate.
what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, of course, I know what you're talking about. You get to the gate,
Imagine,
the first
imagine you are in the
security
line.
clearance.
You are in
Mm.
the line. You are the one on slippers. Everyone has shoes.
They're very smart with some envelope. People are
Yes.
going for the visa. Yeah, the first clearance, they're looking at you. The security guy is looking at you. Hey,
This, yeah,
Ijana,
the security guy reaches me like, "Where's your shoes?" You
where are
know,
your shoes?
in high school we were taught, if you are going for an interview, you have to be smartly dressed. You must have shoes. So that was what was running in my mind, man. I'm going for interview and this is a failure. So the security guy checks my stuff. It's like, walk on. You know, people are walking slowly, but you can hear my slippers. You know how you walk on slippers?
Splashing water. It's rained on, splashing water on people.
And the
Hmm?
guy who guided me, my friend, and he was a dear to me and he's still a dear to me. He's called Patrick Lumumba.
Patrick
May God
Lumumba.
bless him.
Hmm?
He's not PLO. This, yeah,
Ah,
he's the
uh-huh.
one who is the one who guided me. I couldn't fly alone, a village boy. I had to have somebody showing me like, hey.
Hmm.
So
So Lumumba is on
it's
your
like
side. You are at the embassy.
he kept encouraging me even when we were inside the taxi that you are going to do it. Don't ever give up. I left him outside the gate as I walked inside.
Yeah, because you can't go with him. He's no,
Yeah,
yeah. So you went inside. Yeah, you got
unapitia
the
hizo
number.
masecurity,
Ukachukua
unaenda
namba.
hapo unapewa
Hmm?
namba, unakaa
Mm-hmm.
chini. So
Unakaa chini unangojea.
when I sat down, unakaa chini, unaona watu wanatoka na pink means you are denied, blue you got it right.
Mm-hmm.
Hiyo kadi unapewa after the
Hiyo kadi
interview.
unapewa. Yeah,
Pink you have been denied, then the blue you got it.
you got
So
it.
umejua,
Mm-hmm.
naona watu wenye wamebeba pink wakitoka wanalia, lakini wenye wako na blue wana smile. I'm like, whew,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'm the next pink.
Mm-hmm.
So umejua, first wanaita namba yangu, I get there, people are mean. They're asking you where's I-20. I-20 is like a document to show you are a student in the US. You have been admitted in a US university.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, yeah, I know that. Mm-hmm.
I was given these documents. Nobody explained to me. So
What it is,
I start chocorating things. I'm like, I give her one document like this, not I-20. Then, hey, you are wasting our time. Go figure out your I-20, you come back. Then the security guard sees how I was struggling. He comes and helps me. I'm like, hey, this is your I-20. I go back to the window. I give my I-20. It's like, what are you going to do in the US? I just gave you my I-20. I'm going to be a student. I didn't say that. I'm like, oh, I'm a student. I've been admitted at the University of Arkansas. What are you going to be studying? Civil engineering.
mm.
Then it's like, he does his things. Then he's like, okay, have a seat. You wait for the next window. The next window calls me, takes my passport. Where's those passport pictures? Then he gives me a blue card. Go pick your visa in Kisumu. Because Kisumu is where I'd applied my passport.
Mm.
Whew, man, I'm like, God, you mean I've got my visa on slippers?
Manze, God is great bana. You shukuru Mungu manze. God, hiyo ni God. Yani God work hivyo. Yani God works like that. Mm-hmm.
You mean I've gotten my visa on slippers? Then I go and see Patrick at the gate. I'm like, look, the blue card. We hugged each other. I had tears on my eyes. And then I told Patrick, whenever we arrive at that place, let's pack our stuff. I don't even want to eat anything there. Let's go home.
That's it. That's it. You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
Went,
Hmm?
took my shoes and stuff. We just left. Went back home. I prepared, and my village people prepared to pray for me, and my teachers were invited. Because it was a huge thing, you know.
And that's a huge thing. A village boy getting a visa and is going to study engineering, mechanical engineering.
And then the day
Hmm?
for my flight to US, the Mzungu sends her boyfriend to pick me up 3 days before my flight. And you know what?
Hmm.
I flew on business class to the US without knowing I was in business class because nobody has ever explained to me this business class. This is
You knew you are in a plane and
I knew I
you
was
are
in a
so
plane.
important.
I knew on a plane you
Oh
can
man,
adjust your seat.
You know that lady wherever she is, God bless her. You know, you
You
need. Eh?
you have your curtain by the window. You just press some buttons. Food is coming, and later
Uh-huh.
did I know that my first
That you are
flight
in
back to
business class. Hmm?
yeah yeah, I was in business class, and they wait every 5 minutes. They're like, "Do you need anything, sir?" So I thought every time you fly it's like that. Then I kept questioning myself. I flew Kenya Airways to Nairobi. Why wasn't it this nice?
Mm-hmm.
The waiters, it was British Airways. I flew from
Mm-hmm.
Nairobi to London on my very first flight.
Mm-hmm.
When it's landing and you're like, my God, this is the London I've been. In high school, you have those Atlas. We used to go with
Yeah,
Atlas.
when you land in
Yeah.
Heathrow.
So
Mm-hmm.
you're like, man, this is the London I see in those Atlases in high school. When you see it, you learn, man, you feel like you are in a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we flew to US. My first flight, my first entry in the US was in Chicago, and in
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, I almost got lost to the Mzungu boyfriend. He gave me direction because that's the first entry, so they had to separate citizens and non-citizens.
Uh-huh.
Village boy doesn't know anything about citizens and non-citizens.
The village boy doesn't know about the citizen and non-citizen. So you're
Yeah,
wondering, okay, am I a non-citizen or am I a citizen?
I don't know anything. Then he's like, hey, go to that line. I'll be there. Then go meet me at this specific point. By then, I didn't even knew to read my ticket flight. Like, this is the gate number. So after everything and going through the customs, man, like that's where I was confused on where to go. I just started following a random person, man. Wherever I was going, I'm following, and he gets inside this
He
electric
gets inside
train.
the toilet, you are in with him.
Yeah, I'm
Eh?
with him. Then he gets inside the train, and I followed him in the train. I don't know where I'm going. Then this train goes around. I don't know where the guy is called Boo, where he is. Then
Mm,
this guy gets off at a certain point. I get off. I'm standing there. The guy now he got lost for me. So I'm
mm.
there by myself, wandering around. I'm like, so where do I go? I'm lost. The person I was with, I couldn't find him. I just started walking like with an eyesore. Then, by God's grace, I see the guy looking for me. He was sweating.
He has looked for you all over. You know the
He-
airport is big. He has looked for you all over.
and our next flight is leaving in 30 minutes. And then he gave me a hug. It's like I was about to go and report that I was about to go report for a missing person. Then he asked me. We walked to our flight gate. By good luck, I had gotten out at the right gate actually. When I was in that train, I got out at the
Mm.
right gate,
God is
following that
just
random.
guiding you. Village boy, God bado tu ako na wewe. He's guiding you. You're getting lost everywhere in the airport, but Mungu haachili watu wake. Eh?
Yes, I just got out. I got out at the right gate, man.
Na unajua shetani hajakuachilia bado, not yet. He is still
Bado
struggling with you. Hmm?
is still traveling, right? So
Yeah.
we came to Arkansas, and then we arrived at home on Saturday. But as I was starting school on a Monday,
Uh-huh.
so on Monday I go to school. and the professors came, like they come to class, they teach. Actually, we had only one class,
Mm-hmm.
and then the teacher the following day was like, "Oh, did everybody do homework that we gave?" And the professor was like, "Everyone submitted their homework except one person, Moses." I'm like, "There was homework?" It's like there was homework via the email. I'm like,
Ah, you, this guy, man, what's wrong with you? You're in Florida and you every time you're going blank. What is wrong? God, Moses, please get a laptop, man. Moses, please come back. What is wrong with you? This phone is falling down or what? I don't know what is wrong with Moses, but anyway, Moses, I don't know what's wrong with your phone, but you
"Okay,
need,
can you
you
hear me
know, when
now?"
you have such a powerful story, I don't want you to be dropping. This
I
phone is
can't hear
falling
you. Let
down
me
all the
leave and
time.
come back again.
No, it's okay. We are okay. Okay, guys. Unasikia story ya Moses hapo. This is a very inspirational story. This is what we do here in Africa. It's not all the time politics. And if you're watching us for the first time, either in Montebay platform, please care to subscribe. Care to subscribe on Africa 24, so that you can listen to such inspirational stories from Kenyans who are living here in the US. So Moses, umesikia story yake. The devil is still following him up in the US. Got a visa today. Is here telling us our story. Gypsy Corner, I can see you on the comment section. Asante sana. Naishabai she's saying a powerful testimony from Moses. Your story is such an encouragement to all of us of God's faithfulness and His good plans for our lives. Keep trusting in Him. Amen. Amen.
Thank you,
Amen.
nice Shavai.
Amen. Gypsy Corner never disappoints. Gypsy Corner, I know he loves such kind of stories. By the way, I'll be dropping for you a link on the comment section so that you can start voting for Moses. Moses will tell you the other part why we are here with him. I didn't know this story about Moses and the US. Actually, this is a guy that I didn't even know anything about until now when we are meeting in the studio. I didn't even know that he had got this wonderful story. For me, it was just to come here and promote whatever he wants, like the votes that he wants, so that you guys out there can come and vote. But this guy has got such a powerful story. That's why here on Afrique, we unlock the African story. And this is a story that will inspire so many people out there. Moses, now uh, homework iko kwa internet. The homework is in on the net. You don't even know what that is. Mhm.
Homework, yes. So the professor is like, everyone submitted except one student, and that's Moses. I'm like, but you lectured, I didn't hear you mention homework. It's
Mhm.
like, did you read your email? I'm like, what's an email?
What's an email?
Hey, hey.
Uh-huh. What's an
Because
email?
then it's like we like before you guys left yesterday, they gave like the teacher like when classes start, they give like handouts. Handouts is not
Mhm.
money. It's like printed, like something printed on papers,
Mhm.
like the guide, like the syllabus,
Mhm.
with my email, with my school email and the password or how to create one. So
Mhm.
I'm like, how to even create this, you know? So, well, I go back home. I had to sit with my American family. I'm like, hey, I didn't do homework because I don't have an email. What's an email? I sat down with them. They explained to me what email is. Then they created one for me. When we got to my email, we find the class, everything for my class, the homework that was due. And I found when the teacher wrote that, Moses, you have two days to submit your homework. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
thank God. Yeah, the homework was not that bad. And then there was the third day, I decided to take a bus home from school. Actually, not home. I agree. My host family, American family, they had some event somewhere. So they were like, take a bus, then get off the bus at this stop. You know, in the US, the buses they just don't stop on, like, you know, right? You know what I'm talking about. They have
Yeah.
stages of stops.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to bus, man. This bus went round with me like 5 times because I didn't know where to get off. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my American family have been waiting for me in that stop, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't see their car. So when they called me, I had to give the bus driver to talk to them so that they can explain to the bus driver where I can get off. You know, so after they talked to the bus driver, went round, and bus driver's like, Moses, this is your stop. I get
Come
out and
out.
I found them there, and they took me home. You know, and
Eh?
that was my story. Except you know, there's a lot of culture shock too, seeing everything that are not back home, also in the village. You know, everyone is
You know,
driving.
my first culture shock, let me just tell you, my first culture shock when I got to the US is that when I go into the bathroom,
Yeah.
I was wondering how to turn on the taps. So these were like sensor taps. You place your hand and like that. I've never seen anything like that. Hmm? So I'm in the bathroom there, still wondering this
Okay.
thing.
Okay. I
How does
can
this
hear.
thing
Whenever they
operate?
call, it's just hung up.
No, it's okay.
Can you hear
Uh,
me?
I'm just wondering. No, no, you turn it
Can you
around.
hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. So I was thinking about my culture shock. You know, you get to the US, you get to the bathroom, you're wondering this thing. You place your hands, then water comes out. What the hell is this? So those are some of the things that when you come here, you find that okay, uh, these are things that you didn't leave back at home. Yeah, you find the bathroom is so clean. First of all, when you get to the airport, you find that this city, the city you are in, is so clean. You don't see even a piece of paper when you're driving.
Hakuna.
Hakuna karatasi, hakuna uchafu. It is so clean. Hey, unashindwa hao watu, kwani watu wamwagagi takataka? Yani watu watupagi hata karatasi ama nini? This place is so clean, eh? So that culture shock will always hit you
Yeah,
so
that
hard.
that the same with me. You know, I was in a bathroom. After nimemaliza, I was cleaning my hands, right?
Yeah, Gypsy Corner, just a minute, Moses. Gypsy Corner is saying, can I vote now? Oh, Gypsy, vote now. Vote
Yes,
now, 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 now. We need those votes. Tell them about
we
the
need
votes,
votes.
Moses, please, in your own words.
We need
Even before we go
1,000
far.
votes in 2 days.
Yeah, tell them, please.
Yeah, we need 1,000 votes in 2 days so that I can advance to the next stage of finals. And this journey of campaign started with 4,800 contestants. Right now, there's only 32 left, and I am one of them. And in my group, only one person continues. There's like 8 groups. Each group, only one person that will go to the final. And whoever in among those 8 people who get the majority votes will win. So right now, I'm in the semifinals. Imagine from when we started 4,800 people, we were divided into groups. My group had about 300 people, and I won that group of 300 people. Then after winning of 300 people, I went to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, we were 25 people, of which I again won, and 24 people went home. So I continued to the semi-final. So semi-finals in my group, we are 8 people, of which one person will go ahead and 7 people will go home. So this one person will meet other 7 people from other groups. I mean, those who won other groups as well. So whoever wins
Mm.
among them win this competition. And if I win this, I was gonna win $25,000. That's like 3 million Kenya shillings, of which I was gonna use it to help build a computer hub back in my village, because my village made me to be who I am today. That's why I think of my village. I remember my village. You know, I am a professional in the US. I'm a civil engineer, so I have my own income. But when I do something like this, I was doing it on behalf of my village. Not only my village, but a community and Kenya as a whole. When one village is developed, that's part of Kenya. Imagine pumping 3 million shillings in a small village. That's huge. Even a government cannot do that. They will come tell you, like, I gave 3 million, the following day they have gone all with it to make a promise somewhere else. But that's not my point. My point is like, please stand with me. I need 1,000 votes. Right now, I dropped to number 5. I was leading yesterday, all day I was number 1. Until last night, my momentum started going down and I dropped to number 5. So I will appreciate any sort of support through voting, sharing, talking to anybody you can talk to. Any influencers that you know that can help, that will be great. I'm the only Kenyan left in this. In my group, we have a Moroccan, we have somebody from Spain, we have somebody from Guatemala, we have somebody from Jamaica, we have an American, and imagine me raising the Kenyan flag. Thank you on that.
Wow, 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 guys! I mean, I want to urge you guys to vote for Moses. This is quite inspirational, and you know what he wants to do with the money is quite touching. Touching. Imagine taking all those computers and helping those kids back at home. You know, internet here. There is a lot that you can do. There's a lot that you can do. This is Moses. When you see, he's a semi-finalist in that competition. So please, 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 please take your time and vote for Moses Agare. Moses Agare is a civil engineer in the US. He lives in Florida. And he's a youth, Gen Z bana mko wapi? Pigieni huyu jamaa kura, pigieni huyu jamaa, Gen Z, boomers, nani, everybody else who can get into the internet and vote for Moses. I've sent the link there in on Mtembei platform. I've sent it on Afrique platform. If you're on Afrique and you have not voted for Moses Agare, please do so. Do it right now for this young Kenyan so that he can change his village. You heard his story. This is a village boy. Right from the village huko Siaya huko ndani mali kuna you know, akaenda huko Nairobi akaenda embassy na slippers. Alienda
Yeah.
embassy na slippers, viatu zimekulwa na umbo asubuhi. Host wake bana, wale jamaa wa kutoka huko village wale wanasikia uwivu ile, yani anataka kukufa tu kujiua. They cannot success ya mtu inataka kumaliza. I remember another story of it's called Kenyan what? Kenyan somebody here on YouTube. This Kenyan guy talked about somebody from your village who came to the US nini amekuja huku akafanya nini akainvest akasaidia watu huko kwao, when he went back kumbe yani the relatives want to poison him, yeah,
Oh, Lord.
wakamwekea poison, jamaa akakufa, wakakufa bwana huko hiyo side ya Siaya huko bwana, maendeleo ya watu wengine wapendi kabisa. I don't know when that culture will end, but it is ni mambo tu ya hii, yani sijui tu watu walizaliwaje ile roho mbaya tu, yani mimi nina roho mbaya tu, mimi ndakuroga ndakuroga. I don't want you to progress anywhere, but anyway, thank God was on your side. You are here to tell us your story, and so many other youths, young people who are out there whose parents don't have anything. You never know when Lady Luck will knock on your door, you know, and you never know when God will come through and guide you in a way that, you know, people will just be wondering, this son of a peasant farmer today is a civil engineer in Florida, where people, you know, Kenyans who have migrated here are doing all sorts of odd jobs. But today you are a civil engineer. We are proud of you.
Thank you.
Kenyans
Thank
back
you.
at home, they need you. They need your talent. We need your talent. So even if you are going to work here in America, but remember home, that siku moja utarudi. Those skills that you've learned here, especially on water management and all that, and waste management. Those are the things that you've learned. Those are skills that are needed back at home there. At home there,
Kabisa.
we don't have such kind of, we don't have such kind of people in Kenya today. Awesome is saying what? Awesome wanasema Africa is the only continent in the world which is still behind technologically. Let's all use our talents to make it prosper. Thank you, Awesome, and I hope that
What 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 did that guy say in Mutembe still? Because that still bugs me. With
oh,
you remember how he answered me with I don't know
no, no, no.
computer.
I am coming. I am coming to that. When
Okay.
I'm coming to that, I am coming to that. I am coming to that. Don't jump the gun. It bugged you a lot when we were on Tembei and trying to push for your votes. Then somebody just made some stupid comment. Kaka, now, Moses, can you tell us about the challenges you've faced and how you have overcome them? The challenges that you faced when you're asking for people for votes, now you come to the true reality of people from your village, yani, people from
Uh
Odiambo, Kelo, Nani, yeah? Tell us the
yeah.
challenges that you faced. Hmm?
Well, one thing, but let me acknowledge and thank my Kenyan community in North Carolina. They have stood with me and supported me, so I thank my Kenyan community in Charlotte, North Carolina. And but sharing, oh my God, Kenyan groups in Kenyans. I'm in about five WhatsApp groups that each of them have at least 800 people in Kenya. You share things like this, they get diluted with the things about Ruto, Gachagua, Raila. Now you
Mm-hmm.
wonder, how is Raila or Ruto or Gachagua gonna help you? I don't mean
Mm-hmm.
to. If I bug you with politics, but let's just talk facts. You share things about when did even Ruto take a 3 million Kenya shillings to invest in his own village Sugoi since he became the president? In his own village. Share things like this, there will be no single comment. But say like, oh, Raila, Ethiopia, Sijui Djibouti's, there's gonna be millions of comments. Millions. This just shows you what people prioritize, and that's why we are really, really behind. Let me tell you one thing. If I was a Moroccan or somebody from Mexico, I'm not from there, but what I see with their candidates, their people are really standing with them. Like literally standing with them and supporting them. In my quarterfinals group, I was competing against a lady from Nepal. And I called my pastor in North Carolina. I'm also religious, and I was telling my pastor like, hey Rev, I'm seeing how this lady is being marketed in Nepal. His father is having about 5 convoys of cars decorated. People are volunteering. She's all over the news in Nepal. That kind of intimidated me because one
Mm-hmm.
thing about me, I try to search about my competitors. I go and see what they are doing,
Yeah, yeah, just
because
to
you
find
want to
out where
plan.
you are. Hmm?
Yes. But when I went on her Facebook and I saw,
Mm.
man, like her father and everybody, and me on my side, begging my Kenyans in Kenya in WhatsApp groups. You post, oh, somebody ashaweka. Like it doesn't even take a second. It's like they were waiting for you to post something about Ruto Raila, sijui Justin Muturi. I'm like, these people don't care about you. Tomorrow Ruto will fire cabinet members. Who will Ruto appoint? He will recycle the old politicians who are already millionaires or billionaires. You are
Mm-hmm.
sitting there. You are buying bundles of 20 Kenya shillings to talk bad about isolating a community of What is that going to help you with? Talking about
Isolating
isolating
you,
Kikuyus,
isolating Kikuyus, and
like
yeah,
literally
things like
speaking
that.
my people.
I mean, that is full of the internet. Isolating Kikuyus, Luo politics, some useless crap,
You
useless top
find I was
stories.
so disappointed yesterday at internet. The first thing I got on Facebook, I found this guy talking about sijui wa Kikuyu, sijui si mungeenda kutoa huyo mtu wenyu, sijui huyo sijui anaitwa nani huyu, the
Nduta,
one
Nduta,
Dota.
somebody, yeah.
You see, why you? I'm like, why are we like this? We are worshiping politicians who are dividing us along the tribal lines while they benefit each other.
Yeah. I say this, Moses. The political class, they're the richest right now. Forget even about the
Yes,
business people. They're the richest. These are the people who are controlling us. Look at the way they talk. They talk like they own us. They own us. It is no
look at that.
longer. It's no longer like they are begging. You have to follow me, or
Let me
else.
let me ask you a question.
Or else. Yes. Hmm?
The other time Gen Z were fighting and Ruto had to send cabinet packing. Raila brought his people. Among people who were brought to the cabinet, Oparanya, who is already a billionaire, Joho, who is already a billionaire, John Mbadi or Pio Wandai, didn't they even think about somebody else who is qualified, who is low, so that they can bring him up? These are things. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is going to hurt my campaigns, but
No,
this
no,
is
no.
the
Let.
reality.
I mean, speak the truth. Let me tell
This
you,
is the reality that we
the
are
spoken
living in,
word is
bro.
powerful. The spoken word is powerful.
This is the
Somebody out
reality.
there will
Look
listen.
at look at the president you have. The president is promising to bring a machine to make 1 million chapatis. The president is always on his rooftop cars. You wonder, like, what time is Ruto in the office working for Kenyans, signing policies? What time are those MPs sitting down working on policies that bring jobs to the people? The president keeps lying to the people that I have 200,000 jobs for you in Germany. Is that where we
Hmm?
have reached as a country? Seriously? And people are worshiping, clapping? Oh, we are in broad based government. For what? There has never been a Luo who has been a chief or what?
No,
A
no, no,
finance
CS
minister.
Finance. So that's what we are celebrating now.
What
Laws
is
are
that guy even
celebrating.
helping? Is he even helping his neighbor?
No, I don't. I
Bro.
don't think he has shared
And
his
then
paycheck. Hmm?
And then another thing, when somebody like me talks like that, they're
Hmm.
like, I'm supporting Gashagwa. They are forgetting Gashagwa was impeached and can never hold any public office.
The shit, people are I always say, these people who are fighting Gachagua does not even have any office. I don't know why
He
they're
doesn't
even
have any
concerned
office.
about it.
The guy can never hold any public office for 10 years. They're
They
like, you
cannot, you
either.
cannot. I mean, they're so busy. Gachagua this, Gachagua that. I mean, Gachagua cannot even hold any. And this guy, imagine, he's so powerful without even a but without any office. Suppose he had
Now
an
the,
office. Suppose he had
the
an
man,
office.
right
He's not
now, right
even.
now, right now in Kenya, you can think we are holding a general election this year.
But they are scared. Listen, Moses, the political class in Kenya are so scared at the moment. What they saw with the Gen Z movement is something that they know it's a reality. And I think the intelligence community has advised them, this generation is over 10 million votes. We are talking about 15 million plus votes that are coming to be against the government of the day. So what do we do? The political class gang back, they come together and say, no, man, you watch my back. Raila Odinga, you have to watch my back. This thing is going. Hii kitu
Because
inaenda. Hmm?
they feel betrayed. Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
You are let's say you are a parent, you are an uncle, you are a relative, you are a neighbor, and to that person who you are neighbor, father, or an uncle to, was among the people who are fighting for Raila, who are being tear gassed, bulleted. By bad luck, your son, your nephew, niece passed away or was shot during those mandamanos. Then you see the person your nephew or niece was fighting for and died while fighting for, shaking hands with the devil who killed them. Then right now you worship that person. You say Kumi Bila break. That person killed people in Kondele, Madare Kibra, in Homa Bay, in Siaya. Luos were killed, were butchered. Now our people are being lied to. That tuko kwa serikali. Well, there are people who are buried. There are people who still have bullet wounds in their bodies.
There are
They're like the
graveyards in their compound. You know, your son's graveyard there is your son is outside there being rained each and every season.
right now
Kaburi yake inanyeshewa hapo.
we have brought our arrogance, that root of kumi bila break. We have to support, man. Like I'm like, where did we go wrong? Like,
Ni ujinga, nakwambia ni ujinga ile inafaa kukomeshwa. It's just stupidity. You know, when we are voting in 2027, we'll be voting for the economy. We'll not care who is coming in as the president,
I
but
don't
we'll be
care who
voting
comes in, brother. I
for the
don't care who
economy.
comes in.
A good president will distribute resources equally according to the constitution of Kenya. He doesn't have to entice any other community. If you get a good leader, he will distribute resources. He doesn't have to be backed by communities and all that. He will have good policies and he will be guided by the constitution of Kenya. He doesn't have to come from my community. He doesn't have to come from the
it
Kikuyu
doesn't.
community. He doesn't have, but if he sells his vision properly, whether it comes from the smallest tribe down in the coast, we don't really care.
We
But
don't
let them
care.
sell their, we don't really care. Kenya has reached a point whereby we have to tell these politicians that they have been stealing from us. We have to get whatever they have stolen from us. They have been stealing from us, you know.
Let me ask you, right now, go and check the cost of bread in Kisumu or Homa Bay. Do you think the cost of a loaf of bread is low because you have a minister of finance compared to the cost in Kirinyaga?
Yeah, and because you have a minister of finance, you are going to pay bread cheaper than the person in central province. No, all you need is employment. You need to have an economic empowerment to buy that bread. If you don't have it, forget about it.
Well, our president is overworking. Our president has secured 200,000 jobs in Germany. You know, he has created good economy in Germany. So jobs are flowing for Kenyans. We are happy. We are in government. We have 200,000 jobs in Qatar. The president is signing every day. The president is overworking, bro.
Hmm?
You know,
I think
we
Kenya
are, we are
we are a bunch of jokers. Yeah.
we are in the US. You are in the US. We say
Yeah.
Trump is very crazy, but the guys in the office sending executive orders that are affecting the US economy, either negatively or positively. But mainly, as of now, it's negative. But it's in the office. Our president Lewa Konyamira, kesho ako Bungoma. He's fighting his former deputy president that is he already removed.
Yani
So when
jamaa hata we never see even the president in Harambee House. Akona ofisi pale Harambee. Harambee House should be rented. Hiyo ofisi inafaa irentiwe mtu mwingine pa serikali tuanze kupata pesa. These guys they don't stay in the office. DP
Saya,
amefika kuwa nyumba mzuri sana huko Karen. I don't know what he does in that office. He's all they are opening projects all over the country. When do
and
they
then
sit down and even we see them signing? Okay, today I have signed an executive order saying that there will be free secondary education in Kenya.
no, he just know. You know, our friend is also a giver. He goes and gives 20 million. He doesn't know it's risky. He's putting those pastors' lives in danger too. Why would you go donate a 20 million in a church surrounded with the jobless, angry youths, maybe with families that doesn't have school fees? Why would you do something? You go donate 20 million to a church surrounded by jobless Gen
You know,
Zs.
I would like to answer this from Awesome. Awesome, I think these are speculation. Dindi Nyoro took you through what he was doing with the CDF. Well, your member of parliament was being given money and taking 30% of the contracts from the contractors. You know, Ndidi took you through what they were doing with the CDF.
Before you answer him, Mr.
Hmm?
Lendo, before you answer
Yes.
him, are they going to say the same thing about Babu Owino, who is being ranked next to Ndindi Nyoro? Are they going to say the same thing?
Hebu tuambie Awesome, yes, you have got this very good analysis, but tell me about Babu Owino. Babu Owino is not a is not a member of is not in the committee of PSC. Yeah.
Or are they going to talk the same about this governor of
Moses, umemaliza hiyo sababu. Which governor? Hebu mwambie.
they Nani?
Kangata. Irungu
Kangata.
Kangata.
Are they going to say the same thing about Kangata?
Irungu Kangata anafanya nini? Look at your governor back in the village there. Uende huko kwa Irungu Kangata. Sasa amepatikana anacheka tu. Babu is another level. These guys, mimi nakwambia, before Ndindi Nyoro became the chairman of Parliamentary Accounts Committee, he was just in an ordinary committee, and the constituency was doing well.
Yeah.
Very, very well managed. In fact, I knew Ndindi Nyoro when he was in campus. And let me tell you one thing, that Ndidi used to be a businessman back in the days when he was still in college. He was one of the rich guys that you could borrow money from. The people who went with him in college would tell you that this is a guy we would borrow money. He was doing business. So when he became an MP, he knew what to do. And look at, even when you go to Central, look at the way they talk about their people. And look at your MP, huko back, huko kwenye huko, the way him is talking about power, he's talking about CG, what, he's not talking about how he's going to elevate his people from poverty to the next level. When they are talking about the economy has grown, you see them coming and telling us about the economy, about the debt and all that. What we want to see, the only economic growth that we want to see is the people's pocket. The money that is being held in central bank or in wherever that's being held should trickle down so that the economy can boom. Hakuna vile, the salaries of our salaries are still stagnating at where we were so many years back, and the prices of commodities have gone back and have gone up, and the government is not even saying that, hey, we are going to increase workers' salary by so much. Those are the executive orders we want to see the president signing.
Yeah.
But yesterday you saw MCAs trying to saying that they need their salaries increased, as if these are the only people who work for the people of Kenya. Yani, doctors cannot be paid in this country.
Doctors and teachers cannot be paid.
Doctors and teachers cannot be paid in this country. And yet legislators are increasing their salaries day in and day out. One day Kenya will get a president. This is the kind of president that we want, and they don't know. Somebody will come down and say, all you MPs, we are slashing down your salaries into half. And secondly, this government is huge. You see what Trump is doing? This government is huge. We need to squeeze it down. We don't need 47 counties. Why do we need 47 counties? We need 8 of them.
Leave alone that. Leave alone that. We have PS. PS for what?
What is the work of a PS?
What's the work of? We have a PS. We have a cabinet secretary. They all have security. They all have assistance.
They all have security. They have chase cars. They have all these allowances that we are giving them for free.
And then this stupid nonsense that if they nominate you for a cabinet position, then you have to hold a Thanksgiving ceremony that the government pays for. Like, what are these nonsense for?
Anyway, Moses, I think we need to get back to why we are here. You get into politics.
Voters wasikimbia. Mnipigie tu kura jamani.
We need to ask you guys to vote. Rudia ile maneno. The only thing, the reason why we are here a lot is this. So entrepreneur impact. Is it entrepreneur of the impact or
entrepreneur of impact?
Entrepreneur of impact.
Yes.
The semi-finalist is here, Moses Agare, telling us where he has reached in his quest to get the $25,000. Both $25,000 need 3 million Kenya shillings. And all he needs is your vote. I have posted the link there. Pigia huyu jamaa kura. Manze, this is somebody who is making a difference. Can you imagine jamaa ametoka kwa village, ameenda embassy na slippers na Mungu tu yuko na yeye. Hajawahi hata kanyaga Nairobi. Yeye ametoka kwa village, akaingia airport na akakuja US.
Actually, my friends here, even Wazungu, always ask me about Nairobi. I'm like, look, I don't know the streets of Nairobi. I
Wewe
don't know
unajua,
this.
you don't even
Don't
know
even
any
go
street
far.
in Nairobi. Unazisikia
Even
tu.
Kisumu, I don't even know the streets in Kisumu. I know the streets in my village.
From your village to the airport to JKIA to Heathrow to the US.
Yes.
How was it? You've gone back to the village now? Umerudi home? Umesharudi home mara kadhaa?
Yeah, yeah, I've been home. Actually, I held my graduation party in my village.
Oh, you held your graduation party in your
Yeah, I
village.
had my like I wanted to inspire, I wanted to thank all my village people for the inspiration they gave me in my life. I had a very good ceremony for in my village.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I had a good celebration. But after I graduated from the university, we organized, I traveled back, and it was a good ceremony in my village. And I've come back severally after that, and I spend my time in the village. I like being with my village people because they inspire me a lot. Instead of me wasting that 10,000 Kenya shillings in a Nairobi in a hotel, somebody in the village will give me one chicken. I give them the money, probably they're going to pay fees. I know the struggles of paying fees when more so if you are in the village, you have to work
Mm,
in the farms, those
mm,
stress. I would rather empower my people in the village. And
yeah.
me, like, I land in Nairobi, I might spend one or two. After maybe jet lag is gone, then I go to my village and that's my place.
Wow, 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 Moses. You know your story has really touched me. And then this story, and then you tell me that you are a staunch Christian and a believer. God will take you places. And you will turn so many lives around, especially
Yeah,
those in your community.
my pastor from church, Reverend Utieng, always tell me like, Moses, God has opened doors for you, and things are always going to work according to his will. A lot of things has happened in my life that if you try to follow, even from the University of Arkansas,
Mm,
imagine being voted as the first ever black student to be a member of student government as a senator. Imagine being the only black senator. When you have your Senate meeting, you are the only black among 50 senators. All are
mm,
white.
wow.
Then apart from that, being voted by over our school, we had about 60,000 students.
Mm,
We had a campaign, and I was the first ever homecoming king at the University of Arkansas since establishment in 1878. They've always had the homecoming queen. No, homecoming queen is for women. They have
mm,
had that since 1975, but they have
mm.
never had kings. So I was the first ever homecoming king of the university. Today, if you Google the first ever black home, not even black, the first ever in general from the University of Arkansas. That's the biggest university in the state of Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so being named that, and I don't know if you have ever watched football games. To make
Ah,
it
yeah.
more interesting,
Mm,
imagine you being shown all over the stadium, of which there were 80,000 in attendance in a football game, and being
and you're a
announced
Kenyan.
now, the homecoming king, Moses Agare. First, they introduced the candidates first. We were seven candidates who were campaigning.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a scenario whereby you campaign all campus against the student body president,
Mm-hmm.
that 2 weeks to election, the student body president have to step down to endorse you.
Wow.
And then all seven candidates are being introduced in the field of 80,000. Then a moment of silence before a king who has gotten the majority of votes is being named.
A
Imagine that
moment of
moment.
silence. 80,000 capacity
Imagine
arena.
you are in a
Hmm?
competition with six people. Then they introduce all of you. Then they are about to announce the winner. In 30 seconds, you are there standing, am I the winner? You are looking at others. Then now, the
The winner.
University of Arkansas, homecoming king. Imagine that silence, what be how your heart is beating. Moses, Agare. I was like, ooh.
Now, Moses, we need to have another show where I have those clips of you, being introduced as the king of Anchors. These are very good story. This is something
It
that we don't
is.
want it just to go like that. We need it to inspire young people out there that they can be what they want to be, so long as the God is on their side and you've got the determination, and
Definitely.
the drive, then you'll achieve what you want to achieve in life. That is so inspirational. Yeah.
We will definitely do that.
We have to keep on telling your story so that people can listen and they can learn from it.
Yeah.
And this evening you shared a story that we didn't even plan to talk about. Me, I've been meeting you there on our
Mutembei.
WhatsApp session, and then we are like, who is this prodigal son?
You see others throwing tantrums. Oh,
Yeah, sasa throwing tantrums that, hey, bana, huyu jamaa hatuwezi mpigia kura, wacha tupigie jamaa wa
Morocco.
Morocco. Sasa unashindwa, okay, sasa ukipigia jamaa wa Morocco, what happens? Hmm?
To make it worse, that's somebody from the same county where I come from.
Yeah, that is somebody from your village. Anakuambia wewe sitakupigia kura, ndapigia afadhali nipigie jamaa wa Morocco.
It's
And,
crazy.
and, and yeah, just because probably you have not bowed down to this tribal politics that is
Yeah,
going
he came
around.
up. He came up with the issue that you cannot be asking votes and at the same time you are fighting the government of William Samoei Ruto. Hey,
Hmm?
that I cannot ask for votes because I'm fighting the government of Ruto. That's
Hmm.
why the guy says he's gonna vote for somebody from Morocco. Mm.
Wow, 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 wow.
Oh,
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. Me, I need some answer. I read this comment from Awesome. Awesome is saying when Kenyans will stop focusing on teachers, doctors, and many other nonsense, and focus on small businesses, technical jobs, drivers, etc., we will
Then
get somewhere.
if they stop focusing on teachers, who will teach them? My brother,
Hey,
who will teach
today,
them?
today this guy is so disappointing me. A driver needs a teacher. They need an instructor.
If
Uh,
that businessman falls sick, who will
that
treat them?
businessman needs somebody to teach them how to do business. You don't just go to start a business just like that without knowledge. Boss, my friend, leo ni nini awesome? Hapa
Awesome,
tuko kwa darasa,
awesome. Think
tutakufundisha tu
better.
polepole hata kama usikii. Hmm?
Yeah, so I
Hmm?
hope they all vote and keep it going.
Yeah.
And we get the momentum moving. Now I have less than 2 days to get 1,000 votes, guys. Regardless of what happens, we did
Hmm.
our best and keep pushing. We are not giving up. And I thank you for your support and I thank everybody. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, brother. I can see Brother Ben. Brother Ben, I am sure he will be asking for your contacts very, very soon so that he can host you and you tell their story on their platform. You can also get some votes from that end. That is how we are going to support each other so that we push this thing. Let me tell you, what gain do you have by not voting for Moses? Hii pesa hata si yako, pesa ni ya Amerika hapa wamepeana. Yeah, 25,000, 3 million Kenya shillings. And this guy is going to open a computer lab. Huko Gunja, huko Siaya, huko kwao kusaidia watu. And listen, Moses is not just sitting there to watch the political class. He's doing something about it. He has built a dormitory. He has renovated the classrooms. Yeah, he has renovated classrooms from the village to the US, my friend. Na akaenda embassy na slippers. Wewe unaenda embassy umeng'ara, umevaa suti, umevaa kila kitu na tai na nini. Yeye ameenda na slippers. Juu some relative huko amemnyang'anya viatu asiende embassy.
Imagine wanakusaidia kutafuta kwa nyumba.
wanakusaidia kutoka nyumba na wameweka viatu zako nje, dogi
Then
zinakula.
wanakupea diati, oh, you can use these slippers. They don't even say like, oh, viatu za
Na
kijana
ukaenda
yangu
na
naweza
hizo
kukut...
slippers na those
Look,
slippers were a blessing.
look, they can't even ask me like, oh, kijana yangu ako na viatu hapa, zinaweza kukutosha, hebu tuone. Slippers, ndio, we have slippers, you can try them.
You are going to the embassy with slippers.
It's slippers,
Have you ever
bro.
seen this relative? Hebu wacha nikuulize, huyu relative wako alikuja kwa party yako?
No, hakukuja.
Hakukuja?
They are friends to a relative back home. So they are the ones who could host me in Nairobi for that 1 day visa interview. So that just shows you the pain that some people had. Wakisikia ulipanda ndege mara ya kwanza, or you are flying to Nairobi, then they are hosting you, you go for visa interview, you go into a US. I mean, and they're just people wenye pia wako nayo. Because when the husband was talking, it's like he's answerable to the governor, You hear the husband like, oh, he's answerable to the governor, things like that. It was around South B or South C area.
Oh, walikuwa naishi huko South B. Huko ni kwa wadosi kidogo, middle class huko, watu wana pesa kidogo South
Yeah.
B.
Mm-hmm.
Huko ndio
It
waria
was,
wanaishi nini.
yeah, and this is a very true story. I cannot exaggerate. I cannot lie about anybody. It is my story that I used to tell you to even inspire you,
Manze, those people, avoid them. Those are witches bwana. Hao watu avoid kabisa. Pray for them. Pray for them that unajua, hey manze, mlinitendea hiyo. But I would like a place where you meet them and tell them, manze, mlinifanyia hivi lakini let me do for you some shopping for your house. Let me tell you that would be very very nice. Wapati pesa, unaambia tu manze, nawashukuru, at least I had some place to sleep. The next day nikaenda embassy. That's who I am today. Wacha niwafanyie ka shopping kidogo, pia mi niwashukuru tu, then whatever you have in your heart inaisha, na they will remember that day for the rest of their life. They will never ever forget, or they will never do that to anybody else. Hawatawaifanyia mtu hivyo tena. But human
that's
beings,
true.
that's why human beings wameletengenezwa nuclear warhead, machine guns. They're very bad people. Trump would say they're nasty. Those people are horrible people.
Kabisa.
Well, they are very horrible people. But guys, please keep on voting. Let me share the link again ya kupigia Bwana Moses Ngare kura. I have shared the link. If you are watching from Tembei, please piga kura kwa huyu jamaa. Pigeni kura. Brother Ben, piga kura. I need to see your vote. Awesome. Piga kura, piga kura. Wacha kutuambia mambo ya William Samoei Ruto 24/7. Piga kura. Today we are talking about Kenyans and their story. Pigeni kura, pigeni kura, pigeni kura, pigeni kura, pigeni Moses Ngare kura. This guy is a civil engineer here in the US and is doing very well back at home. Anafanya kazi mzuri sana to the community, giving back to where he came from. And I think your parents are really proud of you, Moses.
Yeah,
When
I'm
you ask
very,
your dad
they are.
today, I mean, he remembers the journey. This is like a story of my good friend. He's called Paul. Paul Kiche comes from my village.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's mother sells bananas. He was selling bananas. During my campaigns, you meet people. Paul Kiche went to a university in Bukura University in Western. He's an intelligent young guy. He did agriculture. He graduated in a course in agriculture. So Paul, kwa hizi harakati tu, he applied for a job in
Mm-hmm.
Germany, and he got a job in Germany. So, Paul, the mother used to sell bananas, and
Yeah.
he used to be abused on the comment section on WhatsApp group that your mom just sells bananas. So what are you saying? Yeah, we are going to kick that basket of bananas. You've got nothing to offer. You are a nobody. So Paul uh, went to Germany,
Mm-hmm.
did his work there in the farms in Germany, made some money, came back. Today, I think I saw him last week. He was flying. He is flying back to not to Germany now. This time to the UK.
UK.
He has been to the UK twice. Now he's going to do some work again in the UK, then come back. So and there's one common thing that you and Paul have: the love for God.
Yes, it's number one.
Number one, that
It's
love
number
for God.
one.
That love
Mm-hmm.
for God is so powerful that people don't really know the power of prayer.
My blessing with the Mzungu, I met her on a Sunday after church service. So just imagine if I did not go to church that Sunday,
You'd never have met the Mzungu.
I would have never. If I did not go to church that Sunday, imagine that.
Yani
That's
God
the power of God.
God alikuwa amekuchorea life yako, you didn't
Ima-
even know.
Friday umetumwa home juu ya pesa ya exam.
Na ni pesa ngapi?
Shilingi 100 shillings. Kenyan
100
shilling.
shillings. Hauna 100 shillings ya
That's like
exam.
10, is it 10 cents here in the US?
I think maybe it's 10 cents or 5 cents.
Something like that, imagine. You know,
Mhm.
looking at it, I'm like, 10 cents? It is because of God. God, Jamani. Let me
Mm,
tell you something. Even if, today, I'm not going to lie. Today, I was at work. I did not feel myself.
mm,
I dropped from position 1 to 6. I lost myself. Sometimes I was crying. Sometimes I was just sitting in my car. I'm like, God, there were 4,800 in this competition.
mhm,
There was Mchujo I was in a group of 300. We were divided to groups of 300. So from 300, there was a Mchujo 300, top 200. Top
mhm,
200, top 100. I'm still making it. Top 100, top 50. From 50 to 20. From 20 to 15. That's just election period time. From
mhm,
20 to 15, 15 to 10, 10 to 5. Then it started getting intensive, actually at top 15. Now movements. And imagine from 300, I was just in position one. 300 to now top 21. A lot of movement in group, I'm still one. 15, I'm one. 10, I'm one. Top 5, I'm one. Until there was only one person left. And that was me. And I made it to the quarterfinals. I was like, God, if it was not your love, I wouldn't have even made it top 100. Regardless of the outcome, if I get these 1,000 votes within now under 2 days, I will still thank you. You gave me an opportunity to reach out to friends, to families, to vote for me. And you gave me a heart to think about my village on what I was going to do with the 25,000. You helped me to fight. Even if I lose it, God, you know that I gave it all. I gave it all. I did not leave no stone untouched. By the time I felt intimidated by the lady from Nepal,
mhm,
you brought a pastor in my life that told me giving up is not an option. And truly, it was not. I navigated through and I beat her in my group. And now it's getting rocky. But whatever
mhm,
happens, if we get 1,000 votes, if we don't, I will still be thankful. God has done great. He brought me from that village, and that village is my life. And I still believe there's still a lot of opportunities ahead on how I will help my people, my village. or any
Oh,
place in Kenya.
guys, I've sent the link there. Share it to your friends. Usipige tu kura na watch hapo. Gypsy Corner, please share that link to your friends. Share to all the groups that you normally go to. I know Gypsy will do a good job on that. He will share to all the groups.
And
Uh,
and and also after you vote now, you can still vote again after 24 hours.
oh, you can still vote again. You have not
Yes.
said that.
Yeah, that was my bad. I just remembered. You can vote
Ah,
again
yo,
after
bana.
after 24 hours, you can still vote.
I voted for you twice in different accounts of mine.
Oh, really?
But
Yeah,
yes,
after
yes.
24 hours, you can still vote. After every 24 hours.
After every 24 hours.
Yes.
Oh, and when is the deadline? Let our viewers know when the deadline
The
is.
deadline is it will be Thursday midnight in the US, which will be Friday at 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm,
In on Friday 3 in the morning Kenyan time.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kenyan time 3 in the morning on Friday, which will be Thursday midnight in the US.
No, we will be. It will be Thursday midnight in the US.
Yes.
So we can still do another push for the votes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can still do another push for the votes in the course of the week. We can
Yeah.
still push for more votes for you to come along. We will make sure that that becomes our clarion call here on Afrique. And I hope that we have helped you push the numbers since we met. We just bumped into
Yeah.
each other on WhatsApp, and your story has been very inspirational.
You reaching out was thank you for reaching out. Thank you for the concern. Thank you for the recommendation. Like I
Mm-hmm.
don't take it lightly. Like it
Oh
means
yeah,
a
oh yeah, oh
lot.
yeah. I know from our group some people have voted. I will still tell them to vote. Tell
Yes.
them to vote and to continue voting for you. Now we'll put more emphasis. Sue Kirubi, if you've not voted for,
Yeah, that's
uh,
Sue has been pushing for me. She's a member of my church, my family
oh,
in North Carolina.
oh,
Thank you,
North
Sue.
Carolina,
Oh my
hey, North
God,
Carolina, Echo man.
yeah, my community in North Carolina. Sue has been on top of it, and
Sue,
Sue,
asante sana for pushing for a brother, man. Thank
yes,
you, Sue. Thank you, Sue. And please, Sue, tell your friends to subscribe on Afrique 24, so that we can also push other stories. You need to come on board and tell us your story and what you do in North Carolina. Tutakuja kutembelea huko North Carolina. We have got friends there too. Yeah,
yeah,
lazima tukuje North Carolina tukule mbuzi. There's a sizable community of Kenyans in North Carolina. Sijui ni
yeah.
kama Wakenya wote waliama huko North Carolina, wakaenda
They're
huko.
awesome. They're
Ah,
awesome
they're awesome.
community. Yeah,
North Carolina, big it up. And hapa tuko tribeless. Hapa usikuje na mambo na Ugikuyu na Ujaluo na Ukalenjin sijui nini. Hapa ni mambo na Ukenya tu peke yake ndio tunaongea.
yeah,
Kama unataka kukua na Ukikuyu na Ujaluo, kuna machannel zile unazaenda, those vernacular channels that speak a lot of English but they're still vernacular channels. So sisi hapa tunaongea tu kweli, what is happening in our country, pushing for our brothers and the love of God. That is the most important thing that we push here on Africa. And these
yeah,
are real stories. And Africa's slogan is unlocking the African stories and unlocking the African potential. So make sure that umesubscribe Afrika. Tutakutumia link hapo, uweke kwa group yako, uweke kwa marafiki, na pia mtakuja huko Virginia to introduce you to the Virginian community. These are also very awesome people. We will be doing that kind of movement. Virginia nani, mkuje Wakristo wa huko, tukutane na Wakristo wa huko tuone tutukuze Mungu pamoja. So that is the most important thing that we do here, apart from just kuboeka na huko America, pia tunasaidiana kijamii. So
yeah.
asante sana. Guys, we are nearly coming to an end of this particular edition of Entrepreneurs with an Impact. This contest, one of the Kenyans and the only Kenyan remaining on the competition ni huyu hapa amekaa hapa Moses Agare. And Moses Agare has got a wonderful story. Boss, kama huku mimi machozi ilikuwa karibu kunitoka man nikisikia story ya huyu jamaa. I remember tu my story. Siku ile ndawapigia story yangu mimi. Mimi siku ile ndawapigia story yangu. Musilie. Nikiwapigia story yangu musilie hapa kwa hapo kwa comment section. Muniambie, hey Nick, bwana nini bwana ne? Musilie. But we need your votes. We need your votes. We need your votes.
Yeah, we need the votes.
And why your votes matters a lot. This moment is bigger than Moses as an individual. It's a call for all of us to rally behind a Kenyan making waves in the global stage. Huyu jamaa si mchache. By voting for Moses Agare, you are supporting not just a person, but a movement that demonstrates the power of Kenyan resilience and, you know, hiyo mambo ingine yote, our collectiveness na uzalendo ile tuko nayo. Na uzalendo tuko nayo. Good, my schoolmate. Reza, this is your schoolmate, man. This is your schoolmate, Reza Onduso. Who is that? Unamjua?
Met Razorbacks. We went to University of Arkansas together.
Oh, Reza is
Yes.
also Kenyan.
Yeah, that's a Kenyan.
Reza
Man.
karibu Afrika. Manze Reza, make sure you check
That's
on
a professor. He's a professor now.
Oh, Reza is a professor.
He's actually is one of the people that mentored me when I first got to Arkansas. He was doing his PhD. Yeah.
Reza, we need to invite you on Africa to tell us the story. Why you guys are still hiding here in the US, and we need that knowledge back at home. Please, Reza, we need you guys to come. I've met so many Kenyan professors here. Most of them don't want to go home, and they tell you, there is something that you can do at home in a small way.
Sometimes with the level of how Kasongo is also taking Kenyans, you'd rather establish here before you think about it home,
Do you know, let me tell you, Moses, that this is just a story that one of the professors came here recently with the family. I think the wife got a green card and they relocated. So this professor is in Florida, but he's in Florida. He tells so he's trying to hook up with the Kenyans around here. He's introduced to Mzalendo, of course, the one and only. And then he tells me his story, bana, hey, mi nimekuja hapa, I've come here, blah, blah. I'm asking him, you are lecturing at the University of Nairobi. What brings you here in the US? Hey, Kenya, man, I can't stay in that country. I mean, things are horrible in that country. So I'm asking him, what are you going to do here? You know, the way it's so difficult to start lecturing in a college here, and you've been a professor in Kenya, it will take you some time before they even admit you to start lecturing at the university. Then you know what it tells me? I am going even to cut even if I'm loaning my neighbor's yard for only $200, I am okay with that.
You would.
I am not going. Nick, he's from your village, by the way. I am not going back to that country. I'm like, is it that terrible in Kenya?
If you see teachers and doctors are not getting, I'm telling you, an MCA get paid like anapata mingi kuliko mwalimu. They get paid more. An MCA security service. An MCA in Kenya.
Yeah, and right now they want World Development Fund. They said that they're having a meeting, and they said they are not going to continue the meeting until the president comes to address them. This is
because they want to refund back the money they are being asked to pay for certificates for their parties. They see the MPs are doing it because MPs are paying back their money through the CDF. You pay 50 million for a certificate. You have not yet campaigned. Umejua in Kenya hii mambo ya mpaka upeane pesa kwa watu. Unaona? When you calculate, probably these people have taken a loan. then you have a CDF budget. Do you think you're gonna do all of it? Like unaenda kufanya now maendeleo? No, that's what they do. So
Mm-hmm.
MCS want to refund back what they use for campaign. Mm.
You know the
But
sad part is. Hmm?
it's very sad because if you compare and look at the US, man, when you walk around, you are like, okay, my taxes are working, roads are good. Whenever they start wearing out, wanatoa hizo pavement, they put new, like it's good. In Kenya, they tax you day night. Kasongo is adding them, but you don't see the progress. Teachers are not getting paid. Doctors are not getting paid. Every day is a protest. Like you ask yourself. Mhm.
Yeah, guys, if you're not subscribed to Afrique, I've sent you the link there. Subscribe to Afrique 24 so that you can listen to these wonderful stories. And thank you, Professor, for being a part of this discussion this evening. I hope that we will find time so that you can tell us the story, your story, where you are. You are also inspiration. I know everybody here in the US has got a story to tell. Kila mtu ako na story ya kusema mahali
Yes.
ametoka, mahali anaenda, and what they really want. But people, guys at home, most of the people here work so hard. Moses, have you seen this culture where people work so hard?
Hey,
People,
here you
watu
can have three jobs.
ukitaka
Unatoka hii
kuitisha
shift,
pesa
you go to another one. Yeah. Here
eh?
people work so hard. You know, like I cannot say it's a fault for Kenyans in Kenya to think about life being easy in the US. They have even me if I was still in Kenya and I've never been in the US, I'd be like, oh, life is easy in the US. Until you come here and
No,
experience it,
you cannot explain to anybody
you
about life.
cannot.
You cannot,
Yes.
and they get even me.
Until
Nobody
they
would.
come here and
Hmm?
because hata ukikaa tu kwa nyumba is boring. You have
Life
to
ni
get
boring.
something.
You don't hauna friends, hauna nini. Eh? The
Pesa
only
pia
time
kama kuna you have to drive sometimes your car pia inajua ati oh you just got paid. Gari inakuuliza when am I getting oil change? One tire
oil
is
change.
flat, you know?
Tire is
Like
flat. You need to change your tires. Yeah, no, ujaenda emissions.
watu wa nyumbani pia nyanya pia alianguka hapa inatakana peleke
Yeah,
hospitali.
no, simu zao ni sasa. You know the one thing that Kenyans
Now
do.
you huwezi waambia una they cannot understand.
Hawezi elewa. You know, mi waga naambia okay, nakutumia, then I
Yeah.
send you. But you see, if ukiwazoesha on demand, sasa wamekukwambia hey, unatuma, nakwambia itakuwa ni mazoeo, because the first greeting is that hey, upatie kakitu. Unajua hiyo
Yeah.
greeting sometimes it's not nostalgic. Unajua saa zingine tusalimiane tu tukuwe na marafiki na nini. And again, sometimes whatever I have met people, or people don't even know what you do. Some people don't even send money because of the sensitivity of their job or something. There are some people here in the US, you'll never find them on a WhatsApp group. You'll go to their house, you'll not even be allowed to take a photo. Ile mmekutana tu mnapiga mastori hivi ati wacha tupige picha ati tuweke kwa hey, boss. You will never. I have met people here that they're Kenyans. If you want to visit them, you have to have security clearance. There are people doing all sorts of things here in the US. You have to have security clearance ndio uende kwake kwa nyumba. Hmm?
Yeah, in the US you have to call. You have to call like, are you home? I'm coming. You cannot just show up. And it's a
Yeah.
culture.
Hmm?
Mm.
That's
Umejua
the
in
culture.
Kenya unaweza toka tu kwa uende kwa Kinomosh. Ngine nilikuwa napitia tu lakini nimekuona upate umoja amewekewa uji hapo na nyanya yake. Sio uji
Uh-huh.
ndio mnadandia ukishamalizia tena unaenda. Mm? Mm.
So, guys, I think we come to an end of this wonderful show this evening. We can't go further than that. If you have not voted for uh, Moses, please do so. We posted the link. I will post it again one more time so that you can have a chance to vote for Moses. And please, this program will be on Mutembei TV. You can go back, watch it. You can have the links are there. Go to the comment section, click that link, and make sure that you have voted for Moses Agare. Moses Agare is the only Kenyan remaining in the competition. Sisi kama Afrika hapa tuko na uzalendo. All we do here is to promote one of our own. With that, we come to an end of the show. And Moses, your last parting shot, tell us what you want to see in your country, what you want to see with the youth of your
Yeah,
country, Kenya.
yeah, I just want to see youth with a bright future. Don't let your futures get ruined. And when we stand together, we empower each other, we fight for things that try to grind us towards the day for tomorrow. Let's support it. Let's not depend on political class because they do things that benefits them. They do things that give them deals. They don't care about you. They meet at night, they talk. They give each other deals. They give each other millions. They give each other positions. They recycle each other. They will not come and ask you like, hey, you want to get this position. They will not think about you. It's upon the youth to stand up and do things that really resonates with what the future wants for you. In the next 30, 40 years, Ruto will be an old man. He will live for you, Kenya. Do you think whatever he's doing now will be good for you in the next 40 years? Will be good for your children in the next 40 years? No, it's upon you to decide not to worship these people. That handshake, is it going to be beneficial for you? Is it going to benefit you in the next 40 years? In the next 30 years? What kind of country are you going to be living in? So let's stand and empower each other and support things that are going to be beneficial to our communities, things that are going to bring progress, things that are going to bring opportunities. Because in the world of today, it's about opportunities. And if you cannot build that opportunity today to help tomorrow, even whatever I'm doing, it might not look important for you, or it might not look that something can benefit you, but you never know about your neighbor, about your friend, about a friend that you know that knows a friend that knows a friend. So that's my take, and I ask you to please vote and help me navigate. And I will be back here to say thank you. Regardless of what happens, we're going to prepare for anything. Thank you.
Adios. Thank you guys who are in the comment section. Asanteni sana for tuning on to Africa this evening. Tumeshukuru sana na I hope mtabarikiwa na make sure that mmempigia huyu kijana hiyo kura. And who else is saying, Sir Alex, nice show. I am catching up while going to school. Asante sana Alex, make sure that you have voted for Moses, and make sure that you also send that link to your friends. Moses' story is quite inspirational. This is something that you need to watch each and every time. And we didn't plan for this show, but we've got a lot to share with Moses. I will invite Moses to tell us more about his journey in the US and about the course that he's doing and what he can do to help our country, Kenya. So with that, we come to an end of yet another interesting discussion on Africa. See you tomorrow and be blessed. Make sure
Thank
that
you,
you support.
Mzalendo.
All right.
God bless.
Adios.
Join us every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a captivating journey into the world of love, relationships, and romance. Presented by the dynamic trio Maggie Knox, MC Jesse, and Annie Waweru, Bed of Roses. Promises to be your weekly dose of heartwarming stories, insightful discussions, and expert advice on matters of the heart. Whether you're single, in a relationship, or simply love a good love story, this is the show for you. Don't miss out on the chance to unwind and indulge in the joys and challenges of love, all brought to you by our talented hosts. Tune into Africa 24 every Friday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and let us guide you through the enchanting world of Bed of Roses. Subscribe now and mark your calendars. You don't want to miss this. See you there.